YouTube? DJ Fedora here with another version, episode, whatever you want to call it. It's another uncanny. Is it worth it? Dang, it feels good to be a gangster. And today we are going to be asking that age-old question, is it worth it, about another, as seen on TV, product that I haven't really seen on TV, but it says it's there, so I have to trust it. It's the Samurai 360. VonHome is who makes this, and it says welcome home, VonHome. So I guess that's like European or something. So I hope that you're not a peon, because I'm not a peon, and well, if you look at it that way, we're not a peon. Yeah. Anyway, so we're checking this guy out. It's supposed to revolutionize the chopping world, and if it does, then that means that we've just delved deeper into the enigma of, is it better to use a knife or some cool gadget that says it's awesome? This is the knife, folks, that rolls. And everyone knows that samurais are cool because they use the big swords and stuff, yeah? And 360 means that it goes around, so around. Samurai 360, the knife that rolls. Meet your new favorite kitchen tool. Yeah, I'm not quite for sure about this, but we're gonna put it through its ropes, so we're gonna really try and see, does it cut and chop and do everything that it says it's supposed to do better than the good old kitchen knife? Yeah. So, let's get to trying, and let's get to working, and let's answer that question, is it worth it? Because everyone knows that before you're going to throw your hard-earned cash to something out there that may be good, or that may be crap, let's try it out first and see, is it crap? Or is it worth it? So first up, what we have here is a view of everything that comes with your 360 Samurai. You got your instructions, you got your samurai blade, you got another little blade there that's for pastries, and then more paperwork. Now, to truly test this guy out, we really needed to put it through its ropes. And as you can see here, I'm kind of taking it and inspecting it to see just what all is to do with this little gentleman. It's got a really nice, looks like a stainless steel blade. It's got locking mechanisms here on the side that locks the blade into place onto the handle guard, and when you undo them, they kind of slide out, and you're able to take them off, and that is how you gain access to the blade itself. It then pops out of the housing. It takes the handle portion with it that has the grip, and also you see that little thing sticking out, it's the brake, and it's supposed to hold it in place. And then you've got the 360 degrees all the way around, circle, sharp edge. That is supposed to do your chopping magic. So here I am attempting to put this little punk back together again, and as you can hear from my voice right now, I'm not too enthused with how difficult it actually is. Now, I read the instructions thoroughly, very, very thoroughly, several times through before I started making this video, so that I would know exactly what I'm doing, but I intentionally did not take it apart utilizing the instructions in front of me so that I could get a good idea of what it would be like for somebody who just picks it up and starts using it, like 90% of most people out there. So I finally got the blade back in, and now I'm struggling with the little guards that actually hold the blade in place. And as you can see, I just put it in what looks to be the wrong side. These are particular. They have to go in a specific place, a specific side. If they don't, they will not lock in properly, and you will not be able to assemble it right. And there I am locking that little guard back into place, picking up the secondary guard and sliding it into place. Now I'm sure that once you do this several times, you're going to get better at it, and it's not really going to be that hard. But for a first-time user, you want to be able to pick things up and immediately start using it without having to sit there and read through a bunch of instructions just to figure out how to take it apart, put it back together, and how it works. Now here I actually go after some vegetables. Here is a zucchini, and I'm going to slice the little piece of the top off that goes to the vine, and I'm going to slice off the little end that ultimately is part of the flower side of the zucchini. Fairly easy. Went through the zucchini pretty well. Now I'm going to slice the zucchini down the middle, because this is what they recommended to do for your thicker vegetables and fruits. So here I go, slicing the zucchini right down the middle. And as you can see, it barely actually made it through the zucchini. Now here is the drawback. I had to end up going through it and chopping it into the middle. I couldn't roll it all the way through, and I still had to pull the zucchini apart with my hand. So it didn't completely slice through the zucchini 100% down the middle. That means that you've got a clearance of less than a couple of inches, and that is not good. Now here we go, slicing the actual zucchini with the Samurai 360. I'm slicing it in the back and forth slicing motion that they recommended for the majority of vegetables, and it working okay. However, it was very awkward indeed. And as you can see, my slices there are not uniform. They're not very thin, and they're actually quite thick. Here I change angles so you can get a little bit better view on the thickness, and I'm intentionally trying to go thin with these guys. I can cut thin with a knife fairly well, so I'm trying to get this as thin as I can, and it's just not happening. Now maybe, again, with a lot of practice and a lot of patience, you can do that, but here you can see those are some fairly thick slices, and the blade is not really moving as easy as what it seems to move on the videos. Now here I am going after a single slice to try and quickly slice some thin slices out. Didn't really happen. I was very disappointed. So I grabbed my good old trusty kitchen knife, and now here's another thing. A knife you can use as a scraping tool as well. This Samurai 360 doesn't work, so I tried to put it back in its little holder, and as you can see, didn't get it on the first try. You have a specific way it fits in the holder too, of all things. So here I grabbed the last bit of zucchini, and with my trusty knife I sliced some nice, even, thin zucchini slices, the way it should be sliced and cut, and the way it should come out every single time you need to saute or just make some thin vegetable slices. Zucchini is a fairly easy vegetable to cut as well. So, what about your harder vegetables? Well, it's not going to cut through it very easy. Like I said, that blade does not actually rotate very easy. It's very awkward. And here we go, we grab a peach. Now a peach is very soft. Peach is very pliable, but again, you have a disadvantage because it is round. It exceeds the height of the 360 blade. The Samurai just doesn't make it all the way through, so you end up having to slice all the way around your seed in this particular instance. And here I go. I'm taking the Samurai 360 and I'm going to slice through the half of the peach. And again, I'm trying intentionally to get very thin slices out of this guy. And I'm actually kind of halfway accomplishing it, but I'm not getting it accomplished through the back and forth motion. I was actually using a back motion only on that. Now, as a scraper tool, I'm sorry, the Samurai 360 is not superior at all to a regular knife. A regular knife you can simply take and just scrape everything off all in one motion and just put it right into a bowl. It's not going to happen with the Samurai 360. There's just not enough surface area actually to scrape stuff. Now there I go with my trusty good old kitchen knife, sharp kitchen knife. I made some very, very thin slices with that kitchen knife into that peach. And that is the way it's going to be done for things like fruit salads and pies and things of that nature. And it was a very good peach as well. So all the more better for me. I love thinly sliced peaches. Very easy to eat. My teeth are not that great. I have a calcium deficiency in my body. So I have to slice my fruit very thin so I can enjoy it. And I was hoping to get that out of the Samurai 360, but it just wasn't happening. Now, as you can see there, I've got some paper thin slices. And yeah, the Samurai 360 was just not going to accomplish that. Just not going to happen. The only way to do it, unless you just get some serious practice with this guy, the only way to do it is going to be going with an actual kitchen knife. Now here I am, I'm actually trying to utilize the brake on it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to hold this punk, and it's just not happening. That brake makes it very awkward to hold the blade. That brake is supposed to hold the blade in place so you're able to get some easy chopping motion. Now, it's not stopping the blade. The blade is still rolling with the brake being held. You can see it rolling right there. Now, here I am again trying to get some thin slices, and it's just not happening. I'm very frustrated, and I can't stand it, and I threw the thing to the side, and I'm cursing it out at this point, and I hate it. I'm not impressed right now with you, Mr. Samurai 360. One more try, for the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying it again. I'm not getting that back and forth motion. It's just not happening. It's too difficult to try and do that back and forth motion and get thin slices. Now I got a little bit thinner slices there, but nothing like you can do with a knife. And again, you saw the fruit sticking to the side there. That's a problem because that fruit goes up inside and it gets stuck. And then of course you got to try and put it back onto its stand the right way so it actually stands. And so I grab my trusty kitchen knife one more time and I go after that last little bit of peach. And I cut some nice little small diced pieces of peach right there. That fast, diced pieces very quickly. That would not happen with that Samurai. It would take, well, watch this. Oh gosh, it's taking so long. It's just frustrating the crap out of me to try and dice those pieces up. It's just not fun. This is supposed to make it fun. This is supposed to make it easy. It's supposed to make it simple. But that's not being accomplished. The Samurai 360 is not living up to the hype. Now, here's what I mean by you're able to use a knife as a scraping tool. You got a cutting board and you need to get stuff off the cutting board and into your bowl, into your plate, into your skillet. You just take and slide that knife across there. Voila, it's in the bowl. Yeah, even if some lands on the counter, you just take your knife, you place it down there like so, and you just push it onto the blade, and you've got a nice little kind of makeshift spatula too to pick the stuff up. Now you're just not going to be able to accomplish that with that stupid Samurai 360. It doesn't have the space, the surface area to contact and act as a scraping tool. So there you go. Our vegetables and our fruit cut better with the kitchen knife than it did with the crappy old little tossed aside Oh, Samurai 360. Oh, Mr. 360, you so disappoint. However, we've got one more test. That's the washing test. How easy is it to wash our Samurai 360 in relation to washing a regular kitchen knife? So here I go. I plug my sink. I add some dishwashing soap, and I let it fill up with some water. I proceed to disassemble said Samurai 360, and as you can see, some of the pieces aren't quite cooperating, and it's because some of the fruit got inside there and made it difficult to pop out. Here we go, all the pieces. Now the entire thing says that it's so simple, so easy, but I'm not buying it, and I don't think you are either. Watch this guy. So I'm washing the blade, and I'm going after all the other pieces here. I'm trying to wash this fairly quickly so that I can get this done as fast as possible, so that I'm trying to give this as much of the benefit of the doubt as I can. But as you can see, those things have crevices in them, and if those have food, you're not going to get it out with just a little washy squeegee thing or a sponge. You're going to have to use water stream, the sprayer, everything, and then you got to rinse it clean. You got to rinse the blade. Everything on this VonHome Samurai 360 is not dry friendly. You can't just use a towel to dry. It's got to drip dry. That's the only way it's going to happen. So you got to set it all in your little drying rack. If you don't have a drying rack, it's going to sit in the bottom of your sink and probably get dirtier again. So yeah, there you go. The 360 Samurai from VonHome, not worth it. Took about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to wash that guy. Watch this with our knife. There we go. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We're done. 15 seconds. Your knife is washed. You can dry it off with a towel if you want, or you can drip dry. The 360 just did not do it. You had to transfer stuff back and forth, back and forth. It was crap. It was frustrating. Ugh, just made me mad. So here we are, a quick recap on the VonHome Samurai 360. Me trying to put this thing together again. Well, after I've done it several times, I still got the guards flip-flopped around in the wrong place, and I even had problems getting them in after that. And so even that, I still turned it around the wrong way. There you go. And yeah, so is it great? Let's score it out. Let's see what I gave it as far as a score. Overall build, I gave it a 2 out of 10. The brake didn't work right, didn't hold the blade in place. It was cheaply built in some spots. Ease of use, 3 out of 10. Again, it chopped stuff, it didn't chop it real fine. Quality of use, 2 out of 10. The whole entire thing is just frustrating for me. It's not a 1 because it did work, but it's definitely not up there, even in the 5s. So overall score, final score is a 2.25, and as you can guess, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Don't waste your money on the Samurai 360 from VonHome, the knife that rolls. Meet your new favorite kitchen tool as seen on TV. Nope, sorry, not gonna work. But hey, that's what I do. I try these things out so you don't have to. Is it worth it? It is not. And until we see you guys next time, don't forget we aren't anonymous because we are everywhere. And until we see you again, we bid thee farewell. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos too. I really appreciate everything you guys do, watching things, giving me feedback. Also check out Trilogy Entertainment Productions and DFW. That's where you get the best DJ services for the money. We'll see you later.